Hey there, yogis. Welcome to Zen Balance Yoga and Meditation. My name is Kristen, and welcome back if you're joining me again for practice. Today's practice is all about easing sore muscles with gentle movement, deep stretches, and mindful breath. And this practice also came by request from my mom, Suzanne. I hope this practice benefits you and everyone else that is flowing with us today. This is an all levels flow, so whether you're recovering from a tough workout or if you're just feeling a little stiff, you are in the right place. You won't need any props, but if you'd like some extra support, feel free to grab a cushion or a pillow for comfort. As always, listen to your body, take what you need, and let this practice be a space for care and restoration. And when you're ready, let's begin. We'll start by laying on our back, knees bent, feet to the edges of your mat, and allow your knees to knock in toward one another. You can rest your hands on your body or alongside your body or even overhead, whatever's most comfortable for you. And go ahead and gently close down your eyes or soften your gaze. And together, let's take a long, slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top. And open your mouth, let it out with a sigh. Take a couple more breaths just like that, breathing in through your nose, holding at the top, and out through your mouth with a sigh. Now, as you feel yourself breathe in again, stretch just your left arm overhead. Big stretch, reaching as far as you can. Hold your breath at the top and exhale, relax your arm, let go of the stretch. Do the same with your right arm. Inhale, reach your right arm overhead. Big stretch, reach, reach, reach. Hold at the top. Exhale and relax. Let go of the effort. Next breath in, extend your left leg long. Point your toes, big stretch. And as you exhale, relax. Let go. Inhale, extend your right leg long. Point your toes. Exhale and relax. Next breath in, whole body, big stretch, yawning stretch, arch your back. And exhale, relax your body. Bring your knees into your chest. And give yourself a little rock from side to side, massaging into your low back. Separate your knees a little further than your hips width. Hands are on your knees, and go ahead and circle your knees away from each other. Couple of circles in one direction, and then reverse the circle. Now lower your left foot to the mat, keeping a bend in the knee. And grab the outside of your right foot for half happy baby. Your right foot is facing the ceiling and you're pulling your knee toward your underarm. Take a couple of breaths here. Shoulders and head are relaxed on the mat. And now guide your right ankle to your left thigh. And we'll take a hip groin stretch here with our reclined figure 4. Before we do that, let's take a couple ankle rolls while we're in this position. Rolling your right ankle in one direction and then the other. Now, interlace your fingers behind the left thigh and draw everything into your chest. Keep your head and shoulders resting on the mat. Deep breaths here. Try to flatten your back onto the mat with this pose. And now we'll move into a reclined twist. Simply cross your right leg completely over your left, bump your hips to the right, and extend your arms out to shoulder height. Go ahead and allow your knees to fall to the left. Your gaze can turn to the right if that feels comfortable for your neck. And feel free to close your eyes here. Keep breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Maybe taking your twist a little deeper with each breath out. And now bring your knees back to center, and we'll move over to the opposite side. Bring your knees into your chest. Again, gently rock from side to side, massaging into your sacrum. And we'll take happy, half happy baby on the left. Right foot to the mat. Go ahead and grab hold of your outer left foot and gently pull your knee down toward your armpit. Again, if it feels comfortable for you, try to rest your shoulders and your head onto the mat while you take this stretch. And now moving into our reclined figure 4 and our ankle roll. Go ahead and guide your left ankle to your right thigh and roll out that left ankle a couple times in one direction and then the other. And go ahead and clasp your hands behind your right thigh and draw everything into your chest. Breathe deeply here, couple of breaths. And we're stretching into your outer hip area here. And now for our reclined twist. Cross your left leg over the right, bump your hips to the left. Tee out your arms to shoulder height and allow your knees to fall to the right. If it feels comfortable for your neck, you can go ahead and turn your gaze to the left. Keep breathing deeply here in your twist. And release, come back to center with your knees. Curl yourself into a little ball. Hugging at your knees, lift your shoulders and your head to touch your knees if you can. Big breath in and exhale, let it go. Relax back down onto your mat Knees are still bent. And we'll take a couple of rock and rolls through the spine, rolling up and down, gaining a little bit of momentum. And go ahead and roll over your legs to come to a tabletop position. Hands are under the shoulders, your knees are positioned under your hips. And we will move through a couple of cat-cows together with our breath. When you're ready, go ahead and inhale, drop the belly, arch your back into cow pose. Exhale, push into the mat, round through your spine, bring your chin to your chest for cat pose. We'll go 2 more times in each direction with your deepest breath. So move slowly. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cats. One more time with your breath. Moving into thread the needle, go ahead and come to a flat back, neutral spine. And with your next breath in, extend your right arm out and up with your inhale. And exhale, thread your right arm under the left, lowering your shoulder and your right side cheek to the mat. Tense your fingers on your left hand and move it away from your face. This will give you a little bit more room for your twist, more room to breathe. And take a couple of breaths here. And release. Go ahead and push into that left hand to come back to hands and knees. And we'll go over to the other side. Inhale, left arm reaches out and up. Exhale and reach your left arm under your right, lowering your shoulder and your left side cheek to the mat. Tense your fingers on your right hand and move your right arm away from your face. Again, we're allowing more room for our twist. And take a couple of breaths here in your twist. We're stretching into the upper back and shoulders here in the thread the needle pose. And go ahead and release. Push into your right hand and come back to hands and knees. With your next breath in, step your right leg forward for a low lunge. Tuck your toes on your left foot and bring your hands to your right thigh. Try to keep your pelvis neutral here. Slight squeeze to your right side glutes. And press your right heel firmly into the mat. You're isometrically dragging your right heel back. So act as if you're scissoring your front heel and your back knee toward each other. This will stabilize your lunge. And go ahead and pulse here, dipping your hips down and forward with your breath. Each exhale will take you deeper into your lunge. Option to stay here in your lunge if this is enough for you, or you can raise your back leg toward your glutes. Your back foot is flexed and reach back to catch your foot. You can use either hand or you can also use both hands. whatever's most comfortable for you here. This is stretching into our quads. Deep quad stretch here. Take another breath in and out, maybe lunging a little deeper. And exhale, go ahead and release your back leg. And we'll move into the half splits. Take a breath in. As you exhale, sink your hips back and down, straightening into your right leg. Dig your heel into the mat like you're dragging it back. And this should feel pretty sweet. Deep hamstring stretch. Try to keep your back straight here. Try not to arch or curl your back in too much. Lengthen with your inhale, and if you'd like, fold forward a little deeper with your exhale. And we'll take 2 more breaths here in position. And as you breathe in again, go ahead and lunge forward. And we'll move into our supported warrior 2. To do that, you're going to kickstand your left leg behind you, remaining on your knee. And keep your right leg as is. So your body is turned toward the long end of your mat, and your right leg will remain in position with your knee facing the top of your mat. Arms extend out to shoulder height. And go ahead and pulse here a little bit, lunging deeper as you breathe out. Now with your next breath in, flip your right palm and reverse your warrior. Your left hand will come down to the mat and your right arm reaches up and overhead. Stay for your exhale. Nice side body stretch here. Take another breath in. And exhale, moving into your supported side angle. Right hand to the inside of your right leg. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Deep inner thigh stretch here, pushing into your inner right thigh with your right arm. Breathe deep. Now pivot your left leg back around to face the top of the mat and come back to tabletop. And we'll move over to the other side. With your next inhale, lunge your left leg forward for a low lunge. Tuck your back toes and bring your hands to the top of your left thigh. Light squeeze to your glutes. And dig your left heel into the mat, stabilizing your position. Pulse here with your hips, lunging forward and back with your breath. And again, you can stay here if this is good for you for today, or you can take that quad stretch, raising your back leg toward your glutes, foot flexed, and reach back to catch your foot. Draw it in a little closer to you. Couple more breaths here. And release. Half splits on the second side. Take a breath in. And with your breath out, hips sink back towards your heels. Straighten into your left leg. Dig your heel into the mat as if you're dragging it back across the mat. Lengthen into your spine with your inhale. And fold a little deeper with your exhale. Take a couple breaths here, lengthening and folding with your breath. Next breath in, lunge forward again and pivot your back foot behind you, facing your body toward the long end of your mat. Keep your left leg lunging in place, facing the top of the mat for supported warrior two. Go ahead and extend your arms out to shoulder height and pulse here if that feels good with your breath. Lunging deeper with your exhales. With your next breath in, flip your left palm and reverse your warrior. Right hand to the mat, left arm reaches up and overhead. Take another breath here, stretching into your entire side body. Now with your next breath in and then your breath out, move into supported side angle. Left hand to the inside of your left leg. Right arm reaches up and overhead. And we'll take a couple of breaths here, stretching into your inner left thigh. One more breath in. And with your breath out, go ahead and pivot your back foot around to face the top of your mat again, coming back to a tabletop position. Go ahead and move your hands forward a couple of inches, tuck your back toes, push into your hands, hips push up and back into your downward facing dog. And as you arrive in your dog, go ahead and pedal out your legs. Maybe sway your hips, shake your head, no, yes, anything that feels good in your body. Now come to stillness in your dog. Take a deep breath in and a long, slow breath out. And if you want, you can let that breath out with a sigh. Now go ahead and slowly tiptoe your feet to the top of your mat. Once you arrive at the top, light bend in your knees and drape your torso over your thighs. Hang your head heavy, grab opposite elbows, and maybe sway from side to side if that feels good to you. And go ahead and let go of your elbows, hang in your ragdoll, and slowly roll yourself up to standing. Head and shoulders come up last. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a breath in, circle your arms out and up. And as you breathe out, take your right hand to your left wrist and side bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Switch your grasp, taking your right wrist with your left hand. Side bend to the left. Your inhale brings you back to center. Prayer your hands overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. And pause here for a moment. Take another breath in and out. And go ahead and separate your feet to the edges of your mat. Angle your heels in and your toes out. And we'll move into our malasana, our yogi squat. Deep breath in. Exhale and lower down into your malasana, sitting on the backs of your calves, elbows to your inner knees or thighs, and resist with your elbows with your legs. Resist your elbows with your legs, I'm sorry. Hands in prayer position, lengthen your spine, the crown of your head is reaching up to the ceiling, and take a couple of deep breaths here in your squat position. If your knees don't like deep flexion in the malasana, you can also go ahead and just take an easy forward fold. Otherwise, take one more breath in your squats. And then slowly lower yourself back down onto your mat. Moving into a wide-legged seated forward fold. Separate your legs as far as is comfortable for you. And here you can prop yourself onto a cushion or pillow if that helps to tilt your pelvis forward as you fold. Go ahead and puff out your chest. Lots of length in your spine. And keeping all that length hinged from your hips, slowly begin to fold forward. Only go as far as your breath is deep. And we'll take a few breaths here in our fold. If your breath starts to get a little choppy, or if you feel any pain anywhere, go ahead and ease out or ease back a little. And release. Slowly come back up. Bend into your knees. Drawing your legs back together. Lean back into your hands and slowly windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Now come to your most comfortable seated position. That could either be cross-legged or kneeling. And again, you can sit on a cushion if you prefer. To elevate your hips. And go ahead and lower your chin to your chest. You can close your eyes for these head and neck rolls. Slowly begin to move your head from side to side, like a pendulum. Moving your chin to your right shoulder and then your left. And now the next time you get to your right side, stop there. Right ear to your right shoulder. Breathe deep. And you can either stay here or you can take this stretch a little deeper by taking your right hand to the left side of your head and gently pull your ear further towards your shoulder. Deep breath in and out. Release and chin rolls back to center and over to the left. Pause here, left ear to your left shoulder. You can stay here if this is enough for you, or you can take your left hand to the right side of your head and gently take the stretch deeper to the left. Deep breath in, long breath out. Roll your way back to center with your chin and lift your gaze. Now let's make our way to our backs for one final stretch before our Savasana. We'll go ahead and come into full happy baby. So make your way to your back. Draw your knees into your chest. Knees are a little further than your hips. And grab hold of the outer edges of both feet. Lower your upper body onto the mat. Your shoulders and neck are relaxed. And gently pull your knees closer to your underarms. Stretching into the inner thighs and groin. Try to mush your lower back flat onto the mat. And then you can also get a little playful here and sway from side to side. I know I always like to do that in my happy baby. Do whatever feels good for you. You can remain in stillness, sway from side to side, or maybe even extend one leg out and then the other. Take another couple of breaths here in happy baby. And then when you're ready, extend your legs long onto your mat. Feet splayed out, arms rested at your sides, palms facing up. Take up as much space as you need to be most comfortable. And go ahead and take a long, slow, deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, let it out with a sigh. Allowing yourself to really sink into your mat, letting go of all effort. Allow your breath to be normal, telling your body to be still just for the next couple of minutes. And I will guide you back when it's time. For now, just rest here, surrender, and breathe. Go ahead and begin to deepen your breath, waking your body up. Small movement to your fingers and toes, maybe taking a yawning stretch. And when you're ready, roll onto your side, gently bringing yourself to a comfortable seat. With your next breath in, circle your arms overhead, palms touch. And exhale, bring your palms to your heart center. Gently bow down to yourself for taking this time for self-care on your mat today. I hope this practice has helped to relieve any stress or tension in your body. Please let me know in the comments if this practice was beneficial for you, or if you have any requests for me. I love hearing from all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Namaste.